Good morning and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. We're sitting out here on the back porch of Mark's shop because I got a little work to do right over there. And we're going to have a little bit of fun with the tomato bed, so hold on and we'll get to it. Okay, I know this tomato bed looks really scruffy, and this is the Chubb's tomato bed, and this is my absolute favorite cherry tomato. And if you remember, this year when they came up, they were all volunteers, but we're going to do it again, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Now, all of these plants have died back, and I left the last of the cherry tomatoes on here so that they would settle in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the old dead plants out, and I'm going to leave every single tomato that was left on the vine in here. Now I want these to come back as volunteers, and you know, Tennessee is a volunteer state, so it's kind of a pun, kind of a little bit of fun. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little break in here real quick. I'm going to tear all of these plants out, and I'm going to make sure to leave all of the last remaining tomatoes down here on the ground. And give me just a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I made a bit of a mess and I'm all dirty, and what I did was I took all of the old dead plants out, and I left all of these falling off tomatoes just sitting here. And if you remember, we did a saving seeds video for tomatoes, and in particular these because they were my favorite. But one thing that tomato seeds need to do is ferment. So That's basically what I'm going to let them do over the winter. I have all of these extra tomatoes that I let just fall in here, and I'm going to leave them, all of them. This is what I want to happen is in the spring, as soon as the ground is warm enough, these guys will come up on their own, hence a volunteer. So, I'm going to go get some dirt, and I'm going to show you the next step to doing this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have about a half a bag of all-purpose garden soil, about a half a bag of black cow, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread these out and mix them up so that I have an inch or two of dirt over the entire bed. So I'm going to put a little break in here and we'll get to playing in the dirt. Okay, so anybody that has watched me play in the dirt over the last few years knows just what black cow can do to you. Yeah, completely black hands, but grateful for it. Love it. Now, I went ahead and I spread all the dirt out, and the other thing that I did was I made sure that every tomato that I could see was covered. So even when I laid the dirt on top, if anybody came back up through the soil, I pushed it back down. And that's just a tomato skin. The seeds have already been deposited in the bed. And I'm just going to let this sit all winter. Now the seeds are going to sit in here. They're going to ferment, and at the first sign of spring, when the bed is warm enough, they will start to come up. Now, one thing to keep in mind is some of the seeds are a little bit shallower. Some of them are going to be a little bit deeper. And if you're like us in our state, we can get the really odd frost from time to time. So maybe the first couple will come up and the frost might get them. But if you have other seeds and other tomatoes buried a little bit deeper, they will come up again. So don't worry about that. Just make sure you've got them covered nice, and as soon as the spring sun comes out and warms them up, they will start coming up, and they will come up in different stages because of the depth of the seeds in the soil. But like any other gardener, we have also collected seeds from these tomatoes that I have stored inside, and we have also taken a couple of cuttings. So that way we ensure that we end up with the same tomatoes and we won't have any shortage of these wonderful, my favorite cherry tomatoes. But we're going to leave this bed to become a volunteer bed again this year. And yeah, I'm excited. It's always fun to get ready for for spring, and I know it's mid-November, but that'll come up all by itself in the spring, and it'll be a sure sign that spring is on the way. So, happy for it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here, but hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all the footage that I have for today, and yes, I am still covered in black cow, but it is mid-November, and playing in the dirt is kind of on the short side, so anytime I can get out here and do a little bit of something, yeah, I will. But absolutely love the Chubb's tomatoes, and want to make sure that we get another volunteer bed. So that is one way to make sure, you know, you want to make sure that you get probably at least an inch of dirt on top of them. Tend to go a little bit more towards 2 inches. But like I said in the video, some of the more shallow seeds might come up a little bit earlier, and if you have the odd frost dates like we do, you might lose a few of the first ones, but the deeper seeds will come up and make big, beautiful tomato plants, which is what I'm hoping for, because that is my absolute favorite cherry tomato. Anyway, it's one reason to leave a little extra few tomatoes on your plants before they die off, because then you can get them to come back early in the spring. But we did also do a video on fermenting and saving tomato seeds and on cloning, and while you can do the cloning, you're not going to get absolutely every one. I did, I think, 12 clones originally, and I think I have 8 surviving. So they won't all take off, but all you really need is one to take off and do very well, and then you can keep cloning that one all winter, so you end up with plenty of plants in the spring. But it always helps to hedge your bets. Have some seeds, have some clones, have some volunteers, and you will never miss having a full bed of whatever your favorite plant is. In particular, these absolutely are my favorite tomato plants, and yeah, gotta have them come up, so and do everything that I can. Volunteers, seeds, clones, yeah, anything I can do. But I have already talked your ear off about tomatoes. It is mid-November, and most people aren't going to be thinking about tomatoes again until spring, but yeah, I like to think ahead on things like that, especially when they're my favorite plants. But I should probably go ahead and get off of here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell to let you know when I'm outside digging up something else. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all in your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But it is a very brisk fall day today. I believe the temp is supposed to actually hit a high of 54. And we're going back into the freezing temps for the night. So there are a few things I have to get to today. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. But don't forget, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.